Right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Now it's Gruul time. Though we're going to be doing some fun stuff with sacrificing a bunch of artifacts and seeing if we can just beat our opponent down sometimes without even having to beat down. Right, because we're going to start with one Stark Industry Executives, because it's another way we can make treasure, which we do want to sacrifice a lot of things in this deck. We do have a full set of Torch the Tower, 3 Defend the Riders, so we can try to keep key things alive, some Llanowar Elves, and 2 copies of Magda Hordemaster. We have a few ways to make treasure. We'll see how impactful Magda is. Realistically, we want to draw this after we have a few treasures sitting around. We have one untimely malfunction, mostly because this does get rid of artifacts, but it can also redirect a spell, which can be kind of nice. But also, if we just need to make stuff not block after we pumped up a couple things, could be worth it. We have Biotech Specialist. This is one of the key cards in the deck, since everything we sacrifice, which is going to be treasure and landers and maps and who knows, probably clues, whatever, right? All those things are going to deal 2 damage each to our opponent. We have a couple copies of Cease and Desist. This is another way to remove stuff from the graveyard. It does count as targeting something for Magda, but also there's a lot of synthesizer decks starting to run around the ladder again, and I figured why not just play this as a way to get rid of their stuff. We have a couple of Ooze, which is great because, again, targeting stuff in the graveyard. But now, anytime something gets +1/+1 counter and dies, we get more things we can sacrifice. 3 copies of Sentinel of Nameless City because maps are super cheap. Noggle Robber. This makes treasure when it enters and when it dies, so builds up all that for Smaug the Magnificent. One of the other things that are making some treasure here, and it does have haste, which is super nice. We have a surprise couple of Gold Vein Hydras, so we can play these late with all that spare treasure we have laying around to generate more treasure. Or we can play Mutagen Man, right? A way to cheaply sacrifice all those coins, permanents, whatever we're going to get. I say coins, treasure, you know what I'm saying. All that stuff's going to add a bunch of other +1/+1 counters, or make it cheap to just sacrifice a bunch of stuff. Where we're talking about maps don't cost anything, mutagens don't cost anything, you know. So lots of cool stuff you can do with this. So yeah, this should be a pretty fun deck all the way around, but as a reminder, if you haven't checked out ManaPool.com, you probably should, because 1, great site, 35+ million cards over there, and they have an awesome optimizer to make it easy for you to find the cheapest cards at the best prices and the fewest packages. But also, you get a free $5 just to spend over there in credit if you use the link down in the description below, or you check out the pinned comment. Ooh, no red mana, but I guess we're going to keep anyway. Okay, this could be a mistake in the making. Sometimes you gamble and it works, sometimes it doesn't. This could be one of the times it doesn't. Oh, there's a Tifa. We did find red mana, and sadly we kind of have to use this to get rid of Tifa. Oh, man. Yeah, don't really want to, but we kind of have to. Kind of hate that, but it's the right thing. Problem is now they're going to play Hydra, and we're not going to be able to get rid of the Hydra either. And it's a... oh, Llanowar Elf. Maybe this isn't a typical Landfall deck. We have seen that happen before. Alright, so we're going to play Biotech Specialists, which makes a lander token. We are going to just pass, leaving up the option to sacrifice a lander token or protect something with Defend the Rider. There's a Chocobo. I'm assuming more lands behind. Alright. Whew, I feel like we dodged a bullet being able to get rid of the Tifa one we did. Alright, opponent's not going to attack here, obviously. Alright, let's go ahead and deal 2, get us a land. And then I think we just go big with Mutagen Man here. Because why not? Ooh, a second Biotech Specialist. Hold on. So let's go Biotech 2. Let's Mutagen Man for 2. And then we can try to juice up a biotech specialist, because that's going to deal 4. And then this is going to deal 4. And then we'll attack with the 3/5. I mean, they could block Snakeskin Veil, blah, 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 but... Yeah, I assume they double block Snakeskin Veil, keep the... Well, I guess it wouldn't really matter. Nope, they just tapped for mana and did nothing. They probably changed their mind. I think we're good here. I mean, I say that. We can attack with everything. 2, 2, and 2. I mean, it depends on how many blockers they make. Oh, no, we could make stuff just not block with the Untimely Malfunction. Yeah, we're not too worried about that. You can have all that you want, opponent. We're not even going to block. I mean, they could have a fight spell or something, I suppose. Oh, but it looks like no. If that's it, that's game for sure. Yeah, I was thinking they were going to play at least another blocker, but nope, that's it. All right, let's keep it. We got a torch. We can play a specialist, and hopefully by then we could get a Noggle Robber or something down. All right, we'll just pass. And away with that. I will trade 1 point for 2 points. And let's go ahead and play the specialists. It might be worth it to play a Hydra, actually. Because we can turn a Hydra into... nah. Let's just play Noggle Robber first. Because we can eventually just turn that into a bigger Hydra. And attack for 1. This feels like the opponent has a type of deck where you have a bunch of things to put on another creature, and they only drew the 1 creature that we were able to get rid of. Alright, let's get green. We're going to go for 4. Which is going to deal some bonus damage because we're sacrificing a treasure. And we're going to attack with everything, because why not? Alright, this has to be their whole turn. And that's it. Yeah, we keep this. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and play the Stomping Ground first. I don't even know what I'm hoping to draw. Alright. Opponent, that doesn't tell us much. I have to assume this is just getting hit with the Requiting Hex, right? Because nothing else with their sequence makes sense. Is there nothing? Wow. So you have blue, blue, X for colors. I don't know if that helps us in any reasonable fashion. Let's try to play a Noggle Robber? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine, I suppose. I mean, rather it not be Gold Vein Hydras and other things getting countered, so we're okay with that. We will try a Sentinel of the Nameless City. See if this resolves. Nope, we're going to have to pay 3 mana we don't have, probably. Oh, you're trying to torture a guy. That makes sense. All right. Now we're in gotta go for it mode. Oh, they have a stock up. Okay. Come on, untap land. This is where we want to play a big Hydra. Come on. That was not it. Okay, well, we'll take some damage. Because it's worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the best part is, if they sweep the board with like an ill-timed explosions or something, we have a whole bunch of mana with the Gold Vein Hydra. But now the opponent, well, they could get rid of Specialist here and they wouldn't be dead. Not immediately. We'd have to hit something from the maps, but you got to get rid of Specialists at a minimum. If they can't do that, then that's it. Opponents say a nice deck. GG's, I guess. All right. Try to juice things up. I mean, I'm always careful about the GGs because, you know, there's always multiple people like GGs and they still try to play something, which is so dumb. Yeah. Trying to think of anything they could do here that would matter. So I'm just going to do this for 3. So, you know, tap, bounce, tap, shoot, anything like that doesn't matter here. All right, cool. I have to admit, getting to play with Gold Vein Hydras is still kind of nice. All right, we're going to keep it. We're just going to hope to draw lands. That's the game plan. All right, I don't know if their plan is to ramp or not, but our mana is going to be tied up next turn either way. All right. Let's go with a Specialist. And then we will hope to draw an untapped land so that we can play these Noggle Robbers. Unholy Annex. Sure. Okay, there we go. This is actually a type of matchup where you want Noggle Robbers, because when they die, you get more treasure, and you're set up to do stuff afterwards. So if they do have some type of board sweeper or something, it's not like the end of the world. But if we can get the ooze down, then if they do sweep the board, after the Noggle Robber dies, we can have... Well, now we still only have 2. I guess I have to play the other Robber here. So that afterwards... Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, because then the ooze lets us get another treasure with the Magda out. So I guess it's fine. Yeah, this is tough. Is like how much immediate damage do you want to take from, say, like Noggle Robber versus the residual damage from Specialist.
Thank you.
Oh, they're just going to gain the 3 life. Interesting.
The right spell turns poison.
So this sort of feels like their way of saying they're just going to sweep the board. They think they can survive this anyway. So, is it worth it to even play the other one is the question. I feel like sort of yes. Because we don't have any mana. We just got stuck. If we'd had an untapped land, it'd been much easier to just play an ooze here and be set up for the next turn. But I guess this is mostly fine.
I'm not impressed.
In the turn. So I'm assuming deadly cover-up or some such happens here. I mean, maybe not. They could just play a land and make a demon. Oh, they don't have double black. So if they don't get rid of specialists, we potentially have a lot of damage next turn. All right, gain 3. Go to 21.
This will only sting for a moment.
I'm going to turn their land into a creature so they can block with it next turn. No, there's a Bjorn. Oh, my god. Okay, well, can't say I blame them. I updated my version to look like that, so... Come on, untap land, please. Okay, well, you know, Monkey's Paw comes with a little bit of damage, but... Okay, here's what we can do. We can ooze. We can Magda. We can... Oh, wait. There's nothing in their yard to target yet. Oh, that sucks. That's not good. All right, well. Over here we go. Sure. In the turn? I assume... Well, I mean, if you have a sweeper... I mean, I guess you're just looking for the second black land. There it is. So either play a sweeper or make a demon. Yeah, one or the other is going to happen here. Man, I need a Delianfell to go away last turn.
I have life essence to spare.
That not happening was very bad for us. All right, no blocks. Can we just... Can we... I don't think we take the opponent down from 24, unless we found another specialist off the top. Then maybe. That is not that. So... Yeah, we can make a demon maybe to block. I mean, make a dragon to block. We do 2, 4, 6, 8, potentially 9. Maybe something from Noggle Robbers, 10, 11. Yeah. We just didn't draw a cohesive hand this time. Trying to think. Is there anything we could do? I don't think so. I mean, if we draw from Cease and Desist, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. I guess we have to try. I mean, it doesn't matter, really. Target player draws cards. Nope, defend the riders a bit too late. Yep. Not much we can do. That's tough. Alrighty, let's try it. See what we can turn this into. Playing the Executive. Alright, well, we will attack for 1 and play a specialist. The first couple of turns of this deck are all just setup. You know, as opposed to most aggressive decks where we're trying to just like, I need a thing to attack and to do this thing. And it's just like, nope, that's not really what we're after here. Oh, well, that's interesting. I was gonna just go search for a land, but this is much better. Even better if we can find an untapped land so we can sack both landers next turn. Could also just be another strategic betrayal. Oh. You are making treasure of your own. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Alright. Let's see what the situation is. You got 6 treasure. There's a Smaug. Not enough to pick off anything here. All right, opponent's at 13. So we can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's Xaxes. Look at us. And then 4 and 4. Wasn't that nice? Kind of works out that way sometimes. Not often we get to do Xaxes with this, but here we are. We'll take it. Oh, we have to mulligan. I think with this one, we have to put back the ooze. If we want to give ourselves any real chance of doing anything. Hopefully we get a useful torch. Nope. We got another torch. Okay. Well, a specialist lives. We get some damage, search a land, torch, maybe get to play Smaug the following turn. I mean, it's not nothing. A backup Smaug. Alright. In the turn. I think this is just a control pile we're staring at. Yeah. Not a surprise. So I think the plan is here. Just get in with the Smaug. Deal the damage we can deal. Assume that there will be a board sweeper. And then we try to get in with the other Smaug. And then just hope we find something. Probably, realistically, if we're looking for something, we probably want a Goldvein Hydra. But this feels like there's an erode, unfortunately. So we may not even get to attack with this Smaug, which sucks. You know what, though? Okay, maybe we do this instead. And then if the opponent sweeps the board, we still get 4 damage out of it. And then we just have Smaug, they deal with it, Smaug, they deal with it, and then we see what happens. Tablet. Sure, you have a tablet. Another tablet. Well, we already know what we're going to be staring at next turn, huh, folks? God, tablet's such a crazy card. I don't know if this draw is going to be able to get around Jeskai Revelation. Okay, Defend the Rider helps. I mean, it's not nothing. Problem is with 2 tablets, they don't have to tap out completely. They'll still have 2 mana available. 3 mana available. Alright, well, we'll try. I mean, the other news is, though, they will tap out if they try to kill the Smaug. So, I mean, there's that. Alright, we play the other specialists. Does the opponent know they had to get rid of the specialists? Well, now we're good, right? Because we attack. Deal 1 to you. Nug you for 6, or for 4. Then we'll go ahead and land her up to deal 4. Unless you can gain a bunch of life, but we can do 4 more at instant speed. Yep, we'll nug you for 4 more. All right, cool. Turns out I was wrong. We could indeed beat a Jeskai Revelation. Did not know that was a situation we were going to be prepared for. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to keep it. And I really don't think we should, because unless we top deck like a 2-mana thing, we're not going to be doing much. But we could just Goldvein for 1 or 2 and just see if that's good enough, you know? Obviously, we'd like to find anything else relevant for this turn. Well, that's not relevant, so... This is just so we can keep using our mana every turn. You know, nothing too special going on here. Attack with their Hydra. Try... I guess we'll put this on red for now. Try to play a Sentinel of the Nameless City. Which lives temporarily. Wow, cease. All right, cool. I don't know what's going on right now. Can we find an untapped land? See, this is weird because I kind of don't want them to see 2 more cards. But I also kind of, sort of, want the treasure too. All right. It goes away. We get the treasure. Because the other thing, too, I'm pretty sure Torch is worthless in this matchup. I think we're all willing to agree to that. Also, by the way, this is a wasteful use of Gold Vein Hydras. You generally want to save them so after a sweeper you can come over with something big. That's your best play with those. What do we wish to do? All right. Put this on Sentinel. They'll try to bounce a Sentinel or some such, I'm sure. Inevitable defeat. Well, I can at least make it where it doesn't die. All right, Biotech, you're not the worst. And then we'll go ahead and just put this on a Gold Vein Hydra, so if it dies... Though if they exile it, that doesn't help our case. All right. Go attacking. That's 6 already. Yeah, we'll just take our time, I guess. Opponent's going to make a treasure. Sure. We just win now, right? Because we can crack the lander. I just didn't want to do anything before they tapped out, but now that they did, yeah. All right, cool. All righty. You know, in an interesting way, this almost plays out like a mid-rangey deck, and it apparently happens to do okay against control piles, which was not something we were planning on. So let's go Llanowar Elf. I think in this setup, we just want to play Sentinel. Because then we can Sentinel into Specialist and just get a bunch of extra damage later. Opponent has red, missing some blue mana. Wouldn't blame them if they wanted to get rid of a Llanowar Elf, but it's like they're not going to. Oh, perfect. I ain't gonna lie, I think I tout Defend the Rider way too much on this channel, but my goodness, this card has saved us so many times. And I think it's not necessarily the best card against other creature decks. But, okay, well, opponent says it's over. Fair enough. Yeah, what I was saying is that I don't think it's the best card in other creature matchups, but since the format has so much spot removal, sweepers, whatever, like, it actually is really good to play right now. Yeah, in this scenario, though, I think once the Specialist comes down, we can go ahead and crack one map. That's 2 damage. We have a Defend the Rider. I don't think they really recover from that, especially with us holding Mutagen Man. Ooh, boy. What do we do with this one? Well, for the sake of content, I'm going to keep it. But I have a feeling we'll play Biotech Specials and it's not going to live very long, but that's okay. Pass the turn. Though, kind of half wondering if this is a situation where we want to just play Gold Vein Hydras out. Usually when you're playing Springleaf Drum, you're playing either like Momo or the like the 4/6 guy that you can blink and get extra cards. You know, it's usually what we expect to see. So this is a little bit surprising here. And the opponent's flashing stuff in. All right, well, here's where we're going to go for a Gold Vein Hydra. I will trade one of these to get the 2 treasure. If they're willing to do so. Oh, no, you have an Aven Interrupter. All right. Actually, Aven Interrupter is great against that particular card, actually. That's one of the best things they can have that against. So I'm assuming this is just an Interrupter deck is what it is. All right, well, now that we have the information that we have, how do we want to go about things? We do this. This gets countered, obviously. Sure, there's an Ang. We try to play that next turn. Pass. I mean, at this point, we know their whole hand. It's like, it's probably more interrupters or whatever, so we just have to do what we can. Let's... I'm gonna Gold Vein for just 2. That did not get countered. That's interesting. Why not? Huh. I mean, we're dead anyway. Like, we're not coming back from this. I mean, opponent just attacks for 6, and we lose. Huh. Do you not have anything else? What are we trying to do? I'm so confused right now. Like, are we supposed to, like, Sentinel the Nameless City, let that get countered, target the Aven Interrupter? Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe. All right. I don't know what their hand is. I'm genuinely at a loss right now. In the turn? Like, we're gonna flash something into attack? Oh, it's a Sphinx. Oh yeah, we're cooked, right? Oh no, that's as long as you haven't played a spell this turn. Okay, well, not how we really wanted to go about this, but we will. Torch that. Do we need a land or not? Actually, no, because we couldn't even play that. We'll just be dead. I mean, I still don't think we can win, but I don't know. All right. Yeah, we're dead then, right? Okay, what situation do you have, and is there anything we could do to get out of this? If we crack a Sentinel, or a map, that deals 2, they go to 11. Problem is, if they block our biggest thing, I just don't see a way for us to get out of this. But I guess we gotta try, right? Landfall. Not really what we were looking for. So now we can attack for 3, 4, 5. I was really... Actually, this is the one time I was hoping it was a land, because I kind of wanted to play the Smaug behind it. Just trying to think of any way we could get extra damage, but I don't think we can. The best we can do is play a Gold Vein Hydra, and that's only going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. But yeah. Alright. That's tough. Yep. I assume you flash in something? Anything? Oh, yeah, that makes sense too. Man, you know what? Actually, as it turns out, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we just still been one short. Yeah, so it doesn't matter even if they get rid of that. We were dead anyway. Yep, we just didn't have it. I guess there's a world if had we drawn another specialist, maybe. But yeah, we're just dead. Opponent's draw was definitely good against ours. Okay, yeah, let's keep it. Man, I really do feel like Noggle Robber's a little underrated. But it needs to go in specific decks. And this feels like if you're playing anything that cares about a lot of treasure or whatnot, it feels pretty good. And it's a 3/3 body for 3 that generates 2 mana. I mean, obviously, against the control decks, it can get exiled or something, but those are situations where we're just kind of going, well, if it does, it does, you know? All right. Would you like to use removal on a Noggle Robber? It would be understandable if you did. Because I am interested in blocking. Shelter. Okay, that's actually, if we can get an untapped land, that's not terrible. I mean, I guess we could do it anyway. Because it's only 2. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, that's not the worst thing. Okay, so we will go ahead and get rid of the Cecil to get back the treasure. Wonder if I could wait to do this. You know what? I'm going to gamble. We have 2 torches. So let's see. I mean, they might try to shelter again or something. Oh, that guy. Okay. Well, never mind. Let's go ahead and get red mana. And we will bargain. Target. Sack that treasure. All right. And we get the Noggle Robber back. We have a land sitting on top. We can get rid of the Channeler if we want to. So not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's just get rid of Channeler. Let's attack with... I'm tempted to attack with the Landfall too, but I'm not going to do it. I don't think the opponent would trade, but I'd be interested in a trade if they would. All right. And then if all this falls apart, we'll just attack with our Restless Ridgeline. Oh, Dark Confidant. Yes, please take some damage for us. I would appreciate it. Yeah, might as well, because you're not blocking. Okay, well, that doesn't help us. Now I'm just trying to think about how much damage can we get away with. We activate the land. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's what we do. I don't want to crack the map yet. All right. All right, opponent's going to go to 7. Take some amount of damage here, hopefully. Ooh, they go to 4. Love it. Go to 2. Well, now they're just dead. I just have to wait so they can't respond with life gain of any kind. All right, I'm going to crack treasure. Get red. All right, cool. That works. Yeah, beating life gain deck can be tough for sure. I think we were lucky drawing 2 of our Torch the Towers when we did. Yeah, I have to say overall this felt pretty good. We got to see all the cards in play, which is good because you don't always get that when we make videos. So it was cool seeing all that. I do think we're being a little defensive with like the cease and desist and stuff like that, but there are situations against what we're saying, the Azorius synthesizer and the mono white auras that it actually makes a lot of sense to have. So I don't mind that. The ooze obviously is good. Defend the rider is fantastic. Yeah, if anything, you're just gonna have to mulligan very carefully. And one of the things I wasn't paying attention to that I forgot at one point during the video is when you crack a biotech specialist, you do actually target your opponent. So that will trigger Magda as well for a treasure. So there was a spot in there where I could have cracked something, got a treasure, and then got a dragon and attacked. So missed a opportunity there earlier in the video, so that definitely could have happened. But something to pay attention to whenever you decide to play the deck. But yeah, this was fun. I'll put the record somewhere here on screen, but this was a fun time. I think, though, if we're being honest, I think you could do a little more with this as a Jund deck. So we'll play a version that has black in it, probably in a day or two. So expect that video probably within the next week for sure, because I think there's some benefits to that. Just having more things that care about when you sacrifice, this thing happens. You could maybe play a Viper that lets you sack a bunch of artifacts, right? There's some cool stuff you could do, but I'm not upset with how this played. Naga Robber, underrated hero in a lot of situations. But yeah, fun stuff if you want to play this. I'm going to leave it up over on Moxfield like we always do with all of our other decks. So if you're looking for cool decks and different stuff to play, be sure to check out our repository over there. But also, don't forget, check out ManaPool. Get your free $5. Use the link that's in the description or in the pinned comment and go sign up. That's all you got to do. And go shop for Magic cards and use your free money. It's awesome. But yeah, that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.